Pearl is a huge celebrity in Nollywood, and she's always on set, acting, making money, and she's also having a very huge fan base. Now, the husband, George, who practically worship and love the wife, but always insecure when it comes to her job, and of course, the fans, the male fans especially. George is always very angry whenever there's an interview where the wife is always shining. George has a problem with the status and the stardom the wife has. George's insecurity is beginning to affect the job that the wife does. This one day, Pearl asks, George, why are you insecure? Why do you think that you want to take the bag out of what I do? Why are you like this? George was confused. I'm your husband. You know I married you before you became a huge star that you are today. Why do you think I want to take money out from your bag or money out of your mouth? Pearl said, your attitude is affecting the job that I'm doing. Now look, the last time I was on set, we're about to have a romantic moment with my co-star, and you walk in and slap him. Why? Why are you doing this? George said, why should I allow another man to kiss my wife? Pearl said, this is not another man. This is an art. It is not real. It is make-believe. Your attitude is affecting the jobs I'm taking. The last time you did that on set, I lost that contract. George said, well, you're a superstar. They need you. You don't need them. Pearl was confused and said, you need to stop what you're doing. It is affecting us and affecting me. George said, don't worry, I'll stop. But you also need to stop taking roles that affect our marriage. Why should you be kissing men on set? Can't they give you other movie roles like a witch, a widow, someone who gets mad, someone walking on the street? Why must it be somebody that has to kiss you all the time? Pearl was confused and said, it's a job, and if the pay is good, I'm going to do it. Okay. George said, okay. Then she left the bedroom for George. George was confused and followed her. Pearl, you need to come back to the bedroom. You need to come back. Pearl came back and they made amends. Pearl got another exclusive interview where she decided to go with George because of how insecure George is all the time. Now in the interview, everything was going on smoothly. The interviewer was asking questions, but Pearl was answering because she is the star. Anytime George wanted to intercept and answer the question, the interviewer would say, I want Pearl, the star, to answer the question. This happened so many times in the interview. George became very angry and left. When they got home, Pearl and George had a very heated argument regarding this interview. George said, so you could not stand up for your husband, eh? So you are the star, so I am nobody now, right? This marriage is not going to contain the both of us if this is how you're going to behave or treat me in public. I am your husband, for crying out loud. I am not one of your male friends. Why are you doing this? Do you think this marriage will stand if I'm not standing by you? Bill was confused. Bill said, I went with you because I know this was going to happen. Now, the questions were asked were live on air. You don't expect me to interact and direct what the interviewer asked us. You know very well that I did not write these questions the interviewer was asking. And besides, anytime I want to allow you to answer some of the questions, she asked me to answer. And since we are live on air, people are watching. Thousands of people are watching. I need to do the right thing and compose. And thankfully, you did compose in some as well. George said, is that all you have to say? Bill said, Well, that is all I have to say. Look, this marriage is not going to stand with the way you are doing. George said, if you continue like this, you might as well end this marriage. Paul was confused. Dad, I didn't do anything wrong. If we are being serious right now, you are the problem. George realized the wife is not ready to listen either, so he walked out. Paul also got angry and walked out. Days later, Paul got another contract where she is going to act on set. Immediately the contract came, George saw the contract and tore it into pieces without the notice of Pearl. So, the agent that got the contract for Pearl was confused because she got a call that Pearl did not show up for the act. The agent called Pearl and said, I gave you some contracts, haven't you seen them? Pearl was confused because she hasn't seen them. She said, no, I didn't. Well, maybe you should ask your husband. Pearl asked her husband and George said, I saw some documents and I did not read them, I just deleted them. Wow, these were the words. Pearl said, those contracts you deleted got her apart were the contracts that I'm supposed to have some huge money on. Now it made me lose another big contract. Look, if you don't want to get married to me again, you better ask for a divorce so that we go our separate ways. I can't continue like this. George said, I love you. I did not know that there were contracts for you to act. I'm sorry. Pearl forgave their husband. Now they had a meet and greet with stars. When they got to the venue, again, all the male fans were all over Pearl. At this point, George could not stand it. Got up and started fighting some of the fans. Pearl, again, rushed and tried to stop, but that did not happen until they dispersed. They got home, they got into another heated fight once again. This time, Pearl was so angry she did not sleep in the bedroom. In the middle of the night, George woke up to Pearl and apologized once again and promised never to do that. Well, this time Pearl was not convinced. She was so angry that she walked out on him. Then, another time again, the agent or the PA got her another contract. This time around, it is an international contract where she's going to get a lot of millions. And of course, it involved kissing and other things that George has complained about. George again saw the contract first before Pearl. He went ahead, read thoroughly, knew what the script is all about. He deleted the script without the notice. In fact, he hid all the script because when the agent came to the house, she met only George. So she gave all the details to George to give to the wife. And whilst the agent was waiting for the response from Pearl, which she thought she has contacted the producers, only for the D-Day to come and Pearl again missed this huge opportunity. The agent called Pearl and said, so, you did not go for this project that I gave you. The project that is offering such an amount. Pearl was confused and said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I gave the contract details and everything to your husband. Didn't he give it to you? At this point, Pearl knew that the husband has jeopardized her opportunity once again. Pearl got the call and told the husband, George, this is the straw. This is it. This is the end. You have killed me. Yes, you have destroyed me. Did you know the contract that you heard from me was bringing this such amount of money to my life and change our life forever? Did you know? Okay, you've done your worst. Kudos. You've done everything. Yeah, you wanted to destroy me. You are happy now you have. This marriage is over. Pearl packed her things and left the house. A week later, George was thinking Pearl was joking, but a week later, he didn't hear from Pearl. At this point, George realized he has done the greatest mistake of his life because he's not going to get a body, a beautiful and talented woman like the wife anymore. Now he needs to restrain his stress. Immediately, George called his friend Philip to ask where the wife is. Of course, Philip knows where the wife is. George went to the hotel that Pearl was, tried to apologize, but Pearl was not ready to hear. Again, George went to Pearl's PA or agent to contact Pearl to apologize. The agent was confused. She didn't want to listen, but at this point, she has no choice because Pearl is also a talented woman who brings in contracts and she gets a percentage. So, the agent that also did her bits and contacted Pearl and talked to Pearl and said, "Your husband has changed, I think. Now he has learned his lesson because he knows he talked to me. In no word would your husband talk to me, so I think he has changed. Are you sure?" Yes. The agent then went on, that is Mona, went on to beg Pearl to accept the husband's apology. At this time, Pearl said, "I will only come back if he promised to never do this again on paper because I will not take this anymore." Pearl went back to the house. Immediately, George jumped on her and apologized. "Pearl, I am sorry. I know I've done so many things against you. I am sorry. I am truly, truly sorry. You know you're a baddie. I can't find anyone like you, talented, beautiful, a star like you. Look, I have forgiven you. You can do everything you want to do. You can kiss. Well, not kiss too much, but you can kiss. I forgive you." Pearl said, "Are you sure? I have a written contract here. In fact, I have a written note here. You have to sign and say, you are not going to destroy my future anymore." George said, now, you don't trust me. Look, I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize your career anymore. I promise. You don't need this contract. Mark my words." Mona said, "I think your husband has changed. You need to just accept him back." Pearl said, "George, you know I love you. That is just the reason why I'm back. If not, this marriage is over. But as you have promised to be a good husband and a supportive husband, I will take your word for it." George said, "Don't worry. I'm a supportive husband. I was just insecure and I'll work on myself. In fact, I'm going to go for a therapy to work on myself and accept you as the star that you are." Thanks for watching this recap. This channel brings you the best Nollywood movies. We save you time and money. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos for more movie recaps.